Our today's session is a very vibrant session. We are having it, and if I say that we all are project manager in individual capacity, we are a project manager. In an individual capacity, we are the conductor of an orchestra. The man which you are seeing on my screen right now, he is conducting an orchestra for a huge number of team with him. They are giving the live shows, and he is ensuring that a rhythmic, a cohesive, a flawless performance is given to the thousands and thousands of audience by a group of musicians. They could be 100, they could be 200. The meaning is, this man shoulders the big responsibility. Similarly, a project manager, he shoulders the big responsibility. From the groundbreaking up to go live, start of operations. It includes managing the unified vision, managing the project from different perspectives, managing the project from each corner. It could be a physical leadership, it could be an analytical control and monitoring, everything. The most knowledgeable, rather I will say the most informative person in the project should be a project manager. Let's continue. If I say I'm trying to get into the shoes of project manager right now, all of us. So we'll be slowly getting into that. And you individually will be a project manager today for the whole session to understand how a leader he is, what responsibilities are entrusted on him. Orchestra, maybe 100 plus musicians led by a conductor. Different equipment, different instruments. Already you can see the images on left hand side. And similarly, a project manager, a team of maybe project management team of maybe 100 plus members, leading different tasks. Manufacturing, engineering, software developments, logistics, design, construction, procurement. So the multiple tasks are involved in both the cases. Am I right? So in the next slide, this slide was to give you a feel that a huge umbrella of works are encompassing, whether it is an orchestra or a project. And whether it's an orchestra conductor or a project manager, they shoulder the seamless integration responsibility in both the scenarios. To make it more easy understanding, you can see a comparison table on the screen right now. So if I take first thing, technical requirement. Okay, on the basis of technicality, we will try to understand the concept. It's very obvious that the orchestra conductor need not able to play every instrument. Let's make this very clear. He may not able to physically play the instrument, orchestra conductor, but he knows the deep musical knowledge and experience of that instrument and how to use that instrument, in which condition that instrument to be used, or when that instrument not to be used. Clear? Similarly, the project manager not expected to perform every role, that he will be a good engineer, he'll be doing a good engineering also, he'll be doing design also, he'll be an expert in procurement also, he'll be expert in construction. No, it's not like this. But one thing should be sure, that his in-depth knowledge in engineering, procurement, construction, whatever is there, he has that capability, he has that understanding and the grip on the subject, so that he can provide the right support and right guidance to his team. Clear? You are not required to know how a bus is driven. You are not supposed to know how to a ship cargo need to be sailing in the sea. But you should know that if your shipment get deferred, your supplies could have an impact, why your shipment will get delayed, what could be the possible reasons. That as a project manager you should know. So you can ensure the timely deliveries of your project. Correct? We go to the next point now. Primary function. What's the primary function of a project manager? What is the primary function? Provides leadership, planning and coordination for the orchestra. This is very important. Very important. A leadership, a plan, pathway and the coordination to keep them as a one basket. Next is project manager. He provides the same leadership, planning, coordination for the project team. Written communication. Musical scores, practices, schedules, annotation. Now, what project manager does? Written communication. Minimum verbal communications. No, it should be there. But at the same time, the things which need to go as a what you call it, as a follow-up, as an action item, should be a proper documented thing. So if anybody want to use it, he can use it and he can deliver the goods. So project management plan, PM plans, schedules, status reports, written communications. Next is real-time communication. You saw the music conductor, correct? That one single stick button, his facial expressions, his body movements. Similarly, a project manager calling a meeting, giving a verbal instructions, some non-verbal cues also, which indicates that guys, look, it was supposed to complete today, or good, you did it today. Let's try to figure it out how to mitigate this. The concept here is the real-time communication means sharing the experience, sharing the target compliances or non-compliances on the spot, not waiting for tomorrow, not waiting till evening. If it is to be done now, it's to be done now. That is real-time communication. Responsibility, the final performance, concert quality, the final project outcome and deliverables. When I said the project manager is a humble leader, he shoulders the responsibility of failure. Of course, a team fails, I'm not denying. But as a first person, he takes the responsibility of that. Clear? The person, the orchestra conductor, when he is doing that baton, correct? See, his facial expressions are highly motivating. He's trying to see the gaps. He's trying to give the right command in the right direction. Similarly, the project manager also responsible to give the right command, right directions to the project and project team actually, so that the team can keep doing their job. What is the perspective? If I say from perspective point, it's a holistic view. Everyone has to see an entire thing. Generally, your teams will come and they will talk on one subject. I had this problem, I had this concern, I had this issue. But as a project manager, you are trying to weigh that statement's information, what you are getting from the overall perspectives. In project, we say the critical and non-critical activities. Critical activities which are the zero float. So, is it activated? Is it linked to my critical float? It makes a difference. Huh? It makes a difference. So the project manager is not allowed to look with a myopic view. His vision should always be an holistic view to see the things in total. And that is very important actually. That is very important. Vision and motivation. Interpret the score to set the vision and motivate the musician. Motivation is very important. The team of musicians or the team of the project, they look at project manager always for a word of appreciation, a word of recognition, doubt clearance, confusion clearance, path forward, stuck resolutions. So, in all scenarios, you need to motivate your team with project objective in fabric. And that is how a project manager has a great vital composition across the project, which none other owns that responsibility except the project manager to ensure that the project runs smoothly. The project respects the boundaries of the project management, respect the project sponsor expectations, and it continues. So that was just a glimpse of comparison set forth for you guys to understand the concept. Okay. The person assigned by performing organization to lead the team that is responsible for achieving the project objective, that is project manager. Leading the team, managing the stakeholders. We discussed this point, correct? Coordinating objectives, monitoring the project visibility. Is the project is going as planned clearly? The images are very simple and very crystal clear, which will guide you very correctly on this slide. PM plays a critical role in leadership of project team to achieve the project objective. This role is clearly visible throughout the project. This is very important point here. In this slide, this is the very important point. I'm the project manager, okay, so I will be looking good, I'll be motivating my team today, next week we'll see. No. Every day is the same day, and every day should be better than yesterday. And project manager must ensure that he is keep delivering his team, keep meeting the objectives of the project on everyday basis. There is no day is called a holiday for project manager. Oh, today I'll compromise, I'll not look for project objective. It never happens. It never happens. Because multiple stakeholders are around you. Whether it is a sponsor, your investor, government bodies, your client, your customer, everyone, they are looking at project manager only and only. And project manager can keep them satisfied if he satisfies, maintain his project team satisfied. So he is between both of them. And we'll see the circle of influence of project manager in coming slides. But understood my point, correct? The project manager works with the project team and other stakeholders to determine and use the appropriate generally recognized good practice for each project, determining the appropriate combination of processes, input, tools, technique, outputs, life cycle phases to manage a project is referred to as tailoring the application of knowledge. Now here we are touching a very critical point. Remember that we discussed that project phases, life cycle, everything we discussed, and we discussed one point also, project tailoring. So this project manager is very well aware. He is very well aware about the project management practices because he has a laid down long experience. And he has done the different type of projects. And every project, as we know by definition, is a unique. Correct? So the input, tools and tackles required for the project need to be tailored for that specific project. Am I right? And in that scenario, project manager sits with his team. Same team with whom he completed 5 projects before. And he says, guys, look, in this project, what is the status of our engineering? What is the status of design? I think we are having a much better design, okay? And in this scenario, we need to incorporate the new design, or should we take some consultant to redesign the systems? Got the point? So looking at all these aspects, he sits with his team. He decides what to do exactly. He says that in this, we are having some specialized equipments, okay? And our team is not having that great experience in that, okay? So no problem, it's okay. We'll call a subject matter expert for that. We'll call an industry experience fellow on that, and we'll get the issue resolved. Am I right? So the most important point in this scenario is the project manager, as soon as he get a new project, so I will say a new festival is coming, and you're going and getting, either you're buying a new clothes or you're going to a tailor to stitch your new clothes. So similarly, when you're getting a new project, he is tailoring that project management practices for that project. This is very important. Huh? It is not plug and play every time. No, you can do plug and play, but at the same time, you will decide what to plug and what to play. That is called tailoring. So the project manager's most important, because why tailoring we do? We should not waste our resources unnecessarily. We should optimize our resources. If something is not required, don't unnecessarily carry to the project. And if something is required and you are missing that, it could impact your project schedule. Oh, I forgot, sorry. But now what? You are delayed by 6 months because of that. So you should envisage everything which is required. You should also figure it out. What is not required, throw it out. Cut it. That is called project tailoring. So one of the most important point to take from this slide is project manager leads the project tailoring work very critically and very importantly. Do not worry about the slide. The slide is for the purpose of this slide is now from the purpose of giving you a good study material. But what is this actually? What is this? This is called the sphere of influence. Project manager's sphere of influence. You can see you have almost 4 circles here. Okay, first circle is this one. Then you have a second circle. Then you have the third circle, and then you have the fourth circle. Correct? Am I right? So we'll talk about this. And what is the sphere of influence? Project manager is not working in an isolated land. Remember this one. Project manager is not only talking to his project team. No, that is not correct. Project manager is a sandwich, that interconnection, who is for sure is responsible to deliver the project. But he is in coordination, in continuous interaction, okay, with other stakeholders. And who are all those? We'll see them one by one. So the first circle of influence, sphere of influence, which covers is basically, let me just delete this so that it becomes easy for us. So you are a project manager right now. We all are project manager today. Okay. So the first is project team. Second is PPP manager. Third is the resource manager. So with the project manager, the first team or the first sphere of influence which comes is his own project team. Who is his army? Correct? Next is PPP managers. That is public-private partnership managers. So these managers will create an interface, support the project manager to have a relationship between government companies and the private companies. So they are the bridge between the public-private partnership managers, government and the private companies. Am I right? So you need a government approvals, you need any permissions, whatever is required. You want to purchase something from the government quota, you have to take some import licenses, anything and everything related to this. And third is very important is resource manager. What you see the third one. Okay, what you see the third one is resource manager. Without resources, project manager cannot deliver the project. In fact, the resources are well planned in 1 year, 2 years in advance during the initial phase or the planning phase. This starts from initial phase itself, but it gets completely matured and with onboarding schedule in planning phase. Human resources, finances, budgets. So this is the first sphere of influence. Second sphere of influence is what exactly? Sponsors who are sponsoring your project. Government bodies from whom you have to take a permission, you have to take some grants, you have to take some import licenses or some pollution control board norms you need to meet. Correct? So sponsors are giving money to you, sponsoring your project. Government bodies are giving you administrative governmental approvals or permissions of import and everything, licenses or whatever the interconnections you have with the government. Third is steering committees. What is steering committees? The steering committee are the committees which are specifically made outside the project team to monitor your project progress. Not only monitor. They are there to give you some directives also on behalf of owner, on behalf of sponsor. They are there to advise you. They are there to take your input. They are there to support you. Steering committees. And you need to keep them updated on the regular basis. We do that. PMO, Project Management Office. There are 2-3 type of project management office are there. Completely active. Only third is a reporting and hybrid model. So every organization may be having a project management offices. So those project management offices follows the standards to be followed in project management. They support you for your execution of project. So they are the supporting wings. They are advisory wing to the project execution and to the project manager. So project manager has to be in interaction with PMOs. Procedures set for variation orders, procedure set for advance payment to the contractor. These are all done by the PMO as a company policy. The next one is stakeholders, suppliers, customer, end user, sphere of influence. What is that exactly? The stakeholder is somebody which you are not visible right now to you, but he also becomes a stakeholder for you. Suppliers who are supplying the product to your project. Your customer who is going to take your project. End user finally who is going to use your product. So they become your end users. If it is a software, it's a very simple thing. If it is like a big plant, cement and steel plant, then you could see that its impact is very heavy. Your raw material suppliers, your equipment suppliers, your customer is your operations, your end user is your customers, finally is going to buy that. So that is what a project manager is responsible to. You'll ask me the question like, sir, why project manager is related to end users? Yes, there's a simple response on that. That the project manager what making today will feed his end user for next 20 years. The plant which he is making or the software which he is making will be used by the end user for next 20 years, 5 years, 2 years, whatever life cycle is there. In case of software, it could be less period because it will get obsolete, something new will come. But ultimately, what project manager cooks in his kitchen is only fed to the end user. Or that kitchen what project manager make, operations team will cook the food on day-to-day basis and will serve to the customer. So that kitchen will decide what quality of food, what type of food we were expecting to feed our customer, are we able to cook or not in that kitchen. So similarly, the quality of cement, grades of cement, multiple grades of cements are there, multiple sizes of steels are there. So if as a project manager you are building a cement plant or a steel plant, it's your responsibility to ensure that you have taken the right range of the product in your manufacturing lane so that your operations team can use that plant to manufacture those products lane so that the end customer be satisfied in that area. Or if it is for export purpose, you have done well job to cover the export requirement of a specific country so that your product is export compliant to that state or that country. Sorry. Clear? So, see, a one project manager is responsible for 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, 4 circles, sphere of influence. Okay, now what you see on our screen right now is competencies of a project manager. What you see on my screen right now is a talent triangle which a project manager should have it. Clear? The project manager should have this talent triangle in his box. So first is technical project management. Second is strategic and business management. And third is the leadership. What you can see on very clearly on my screen right now. Technical project management, strategic and business management, and the leadership qualities. I'll not say quality, competencies. Sorry. So these are the competencies. Now we'll go over one by one in there. Okay. Technical project management skills. Understand your personal expertise. Now look at this point, a very, very important point here. You are not a Superman. Project manager, if you have been made a project manager, that does not mean that you have been declared a Superman. No. Make this concept very clear in your mind. As a project manager, you should do your SWOT analysis. That I know this, I do not know this. And that's fair. That's very fair. One person cannot be expert of everything. So what you should do, systematically find what are the complementary skills you need to bring inside the project. Getting my point? So that means when you are building your project management team, you should ensure that you bring the right expertise on the board so that we do not have an expertise gap. Correct? Second is, that is one thing. So you are not a Superman. Don't be as a project manager, don't be in that illusion. Whatever gaps are there of expertise, bring the required resources to support you on that. It could be one, it could be two, it could be a team. Second is focus on critical technical project management element. This is very important. Critical technical project management elements. In a refinery, distillation column is there, for example. And you take an example of your own industries, think of it. There are some machines which are very critical to produce that product, and you are making a plant for that. Anything goes bad in that, you will not able to deliver the product, your operations team will not able to produce for next 20 years the product of that specifications. So there is something which is very critical and very difficult to change it afterward, because that is the sole heart of the project. Small wiring, small something which you can still replace if there is some error. Of course, you should not compromise on that also. But what I am trying to make a point here, everything cannot be critical. So identify what is critical and focus on that. Make sure you don't lose the control over those critical technical requirements of the project, and project should not get derailed. Plan thoroughly and prioritize diligently. That's sure. That is a very basic thumb rule of project manager. You should be able to plan it very accurately and very thoroughly. Don't be in hurry. Give a due justification to every prioritization. Everything cannot be priority. Remember this also. Hurry. Everything to be done yesterday. No, relax. Do prioritize which is essential, which is right now, do not need any prioritization, or which does not need prioritization throughout the life cycle of the project. Very critical thing. Be smart, be rational in planning and prioritizing. Because across the project, you are going to get a lot of pressures from all the corners. That should not impact your genuine priorities inside the project. And that will help you out to run your project smoothly without hindrances and as you planned, not as others planned. Okay? Because you are the fellow who made the project management plan. As a project manager, you are responsible for that. So your plan should not get disturbed. Clear? What was next actually? Strategic and business management skills. Yes, now we are outside the technical requirement. So we saw the technical, strategy, and third is the leadership quality. Okay? So the strategy, ability to see the high level overview of organizations, the first bullet. You should know for which organization you are working, correct? And how this organization support the project. What are the skill sets available in this organization to support a project? Probably the organization might not have done any project in the history. So you should know an overview, ability of the organization that this. So I need to create this infrastructure from the scratch. And at the same time, organization is very heavily experienced in that field. So you know your organization can support you along a lot. Second bullet. Effectively negotiate, implement decision and actions that support strategic alignment and innovation. Negotiation, decisions, actions are the key parameters of strategy. As a project manager, you should be a good negotiator. You should be able to take the decision. Do not allow others to take the decisions. Listen to everybody, but do right in the favor of project only. Take the right decisions. Probably the decision may go wrong sometime, but the decision which you took was the best you could able to do in the given situations. Okay? Do not be afraid of taking the decisions for the reason that can go wrong. If you don't take the decision, nobody can take the decision. If you allow as a project manager to take the decision to others, your project will go in some different directions, uncontrolled directions. So take the decisions. Third bullet, working knowledge of finance, marketing and operations. Yes, that is very important. You need to know what is marketing, you need to know what is finance, you need to know operations. I'm not telling here you to do a deep financial calculations. No, I'm not talking that. But you should know how the cash flows comes, how the return on investment comes, how the NPVs are calculated, how IRR are calculated. Okay, how marketing configuration works in your case, how the operations work, interface happens. Because see, these are the working knowledge. It's not, see, the word is very critical here, working knowledge of it. Okay, so You cannot say that I'm a project manager, I'm a technical guy, only I know technical. No, then you're not fit for project manager. Fourth bullet, work with the project sponsor, team and subject matter operation manager to develop appropriate appropriate delivery strategy basically. Yes. We saw in our project life cycle that project manager, when the business case document is developed, correct? So in that business case document, project sponsor, they take the help of project manager to build that document, strategy document. So they have to work with project sponsor. Means the project manager is a person who starts working even before the project life cycle starts. He is a hero of the project life cycle. But even before that, he works with the sponsors, he works with them, he works with the operations team, and he tried to work with every one of stakeholders so that you develop a proper delivery strategy. Set business strategy, plant capacity, why do you need a plant, where do you need a plant, you have 3 locations, you want which location you are going to use it. Correct? Fifth bullet, maximize the business value of the project for sure. Value addition should be maximum. We talk value addition every time, correct? What is the value addition actually? The business which I am doing right now, if it doesn't add a value to my organization, not only from the financial point of view, even non-financial point of view, that what I'm doing right now will allow my company to sustain for next 30 years because I'm bringing such a unique product, or I have studied the disruption of the market, so I'm changing my product mix in such a way so that my company will survive for next 30 years or next 20 years or next 15 years. These are value addition. I'm adding a business value. It's a company horizon. I'm looking on my company from the global outlook. What I'm doing right now will put my company in next Fortune 500 companies. Strategic business value addition. Last bullet on the screen is know how market and market conditions such as customer, state of market and time-to-time factors for sure. As a project manager, I'll give one simple example. As a project manager, you should know market. Probably the project which you started and you're not started constructing it, correct? But you started getting a figure from the market that in your product mix, which this plant which you are making will make 10 type of products, but in that 2 or 3 products are going under disruption. Probably they may be discontinued in next 2 or 3 years time by the time your plant is ready. As a project manager, you should be the first person other than market research analysis team to go to project sponsor and say, I want to revisit our business case. Out of the 10 planned products, I want to drop 3 products and I want to add in place of that 3, I want to add these 3 revised products into our business mix and I want to produce this 10 products. Or I don't want to produce 10, I will produce only 8 products. 2, I'm not going to produce it. There's no purpose of investing into it right now. Because first of all, this product is failing in the market and there's no substitute technology has come, or the market favor technology has come, or market for product has come so far, so that I cannot use that product. I don't want to produce that product. So when I don't want to produce that product, I will not create a factory, I will not create a plant for that. I will not create an infrastructure for that. You getting my point? Or at the same time, you should go and say that, look, competition has increased. So for this, we need to do this, we need to increase capacity more. So this is how you should have that skill set. See, the project manager. Right? This is called the strategic interface, or this is called the strategy side of a project manager. By this time, I should not explain this sheet at all. You must have understood that a project manager has to have the great leadership skill. Humble leader, patient listener, good negotiator. Correct? And like what you call it, a very good word is there, a good statement is there which I read for you guys here on this sheet. Project management is more than just working with, and just replace project manager with project manager. Project manager is not just working with numbers, template, chart, graph, computer stuff. No, of course he has to work with this, but it is not only limited to that. He should be a critical thinker, interpersonal skills development. Correct? So this is how a project manager need to define his leadership skills. He should define, he should demonstrate and lead the project team to the right path and the right objective of the company. We are going to have now a couple of 3 or 4 slides just to understand the concept more about the interface of the project manager. Okay, so there will be 3 categories. The project manager linked to project manager linked to an organization where he is working, and the project manager is linked to an external environment. He is exposed to that external environment, correct? So how does it happen actually? How does it happen? And what he do in all scenarios? Say for example, within the project manager uses soft skills, communications, relationship, leadership qualities. And he brings a consensus within the team. because there are many interface issues are there always. Interface teams are working, but still there are issues. There are issues which need to be tabled, which need to be resolved, and should always have a positive attitude. Remember, just imagine a sketch which I'm drawing right now in your. You just try to imagine that. The orchestra conductor, correct? Baton, correct? He's giving the command to the particular side to raise their sound levels, correct? He gives like this, correct? He gives like this. Suppose in that group of 5, 10 of that side of, if one fellow could not able to do it, correct? So he cannot be angry. Oh, what you're doing? He cannot say that at that point of time because show is going on live right now. He'll try to encourage the smiling face. Yes, come on, let's go. Similarly, the project manager has to motivate his team continuously. Even if you see a failures, try to fix them, try to call them individually in isolation, try to explain him, try to figure out what is happening wrong. Do not blame, guide. Do not point the finger, show the path with confidence. And speak up. If there are bads or there are good, there are positive and negative news, speak up. You should be the first person to speak up positive news, and you should be, as a project manager, should be the first person to share the negative news also. That is how the trust is built in project manager by the project team. So the project is nothing but project manager and project team. So this is a consensus we need to work out. In that, project manager has to continuously, day in, day out, has to work out on that within his team. Within the organization now, if you see the project manager within the organization, let me use the pointer for that. Proactive interaction with other project managers. Do not wait for anything. If you feel you have an interface issues with other project managers, go talk to them. You want some resources from them, go talk to them that I need your resources. Because it's both way. Tomorrow he will need something from you. So it's both way. Funding also, that this month I'm going to spend more. So what about you? You are using budget here because we are sharing a common budget. So I'll spend more, or I'm going to spend less. So can you consume the money? I have surplus money this month for my budget. Cash flow is good. Correct? You're getting my point. So that's why within the organization, he need to be having a good interaction with his other colleagues, other project managers, correct? Or the other project managers working the same program or maybe in the same portfolio. Yesterday we saw Thursday we saw that, correct? PM works with project sponsor. I told in my previous slide, correct? Project manager is a person who works, even start working before the project life cycle. In the business case also discussed that his role is a consultant at that time to select the right strategy input, to select the right category of plants, to select the right project management practices. Okay. So he is the person who works with project sponsor also within the organization. Receipt of distribution and deliverables. On behalf of project team, he is a person who works for distribution of all the deliverables within the project team. Alignment of project goals and objectives. He is a person who takes the aligned objectives and distribute as a concept to his project team. Project team is not a robot. They should also know that what they are working for a specific objectives, correct? So what the objectives they are working right now, that objective is aligned with the company. And who will tell the project team? Project team is 100%. Project manager is a person who works as an interface to make them first. He understands it clearly, very clearly by heart. He understands it and what are the expectations, and then he delivers that to the project team. Project competencies and capabilities. He is a person who ensures that you have the right combination of competencies and capabilities in project team so that you don't suffer. Then you have the ladder, project management, portfolio management, program management. Accordingly, you are working for that, correct? And you know where you are placed exactly. And next is actually transfer of knowledge, exercise control role, working closely with all other team members in the organization, within the organization is a responsibility of project manager. And why he works with other members? Because whenever your team need any support, you will not tell your team to go and figure it out. You are there available at first doorstep. You are available for them to bring any support from the team. What is an industry interface, external environment interface? PM stays informed about current industry trends. PM takes this information, see how it may impact or apply to current projects. These trends include but not limited to economic forces that impact the immediate project. What are the immediate impact of the economic forces? Inflation increasing, cost of procurement increasing, forex burden is coming, Influencing affecting the project management discipline. What are the influences are affecting? Sustainable strategies improvement. Are we going for green production? Basically, harnessing the industry trends for smarter project outcomes. Whatever industry trends are there, it could be statutory requirement, it could be a good technology innovation is there in the industry. Are you using that in your project? So, and if you are not using it, why you are not using it? You must incorporate that in your project so that you can make a next 20-year vision compliant project. If you have to relook your business case, you relook your business case. But before the final product is delivered, if you still have a chance to correct it, do correction. Do it. So this is how the project manager roles we saw from all the perspectives within the project team perspectives, organization, industry perspectives. Okay, what are his talent and qualities he need to be there, correct? So this with this, there is a last slide which is just a summary of something I made it here for your quick reference, which you can read it. And thank you.